Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. This is an overview of your instructions for your upcoming exam. To find those instructions, choose the assignments link on your main menu and then scroll down and choose exam. Once you open the page, you will see the following. At the top is your exam prompt, which I will go over in just a few minutes. Your due date, which is Sunday, April 12th at 11:59 p.m. An essay writing tutorial, which includes a brief overview of how to write a thesis statement and essay organization. I've provided both a PowerPoint and PDF format. And then a list of instructions for submitting your exam. First, you need to download the exam prompt, seen here, and review the instructions. Then review the essay writing tutorial, and then complete the exam. Once you've completed the exam, click the Submit Assignment button, which will be located at the top of your page. Then click the Choose File button, browse for your file, and select it. Once you have selected your file, click the Submit Assignment button that will be located at the bottom of your page. And be sure to submit your exam as a Word document. If you're using Google Docs, export as a Word document and then submit. Do not submit using Mac Pages application because Canvas doesn't read the Pages application very well. So let's look at the prompt. Your exam consists of one essay worth 50 points. Your essay must consist of an introduction, 3 body paragraphs. I say a minimum of 3, but you can have more, and a conclusion. Your essay must include a thesis statement and supporting evidence. What I mean by evidence is details. And you will find those details from your lectures, primary, secondary sources, your textbook, and any other relevant material that was provided to you in this course. And all of that evidence should support your thesis statement. And your thesis statement is an answer to your essay question. And your answer should be in a sentence or two. So in other words, your thesis statement is basically a summary of your main points of your answer. Be sure to connect your evidence to your thesis statement, meaning if you have all of the details, then that will connect to your thesis statement. And be sure to answer the entire question and define any terms used in the essay. Your questions generally have multiple parts, so make sure that you answer every part. You also need to make sure that you address every part in your thesis statement. Again, thesis statement should be only one sentence, possibly two, depending on the question. And define any terms you used in the essay. Pretend that I don't know the definition of those terms. So if you mention a term, make sure you explain what that term is. Your essay must be organized, clear, concise, and without grammatical and mechanical errors. Note, I am expecting college level writing. And again, submit your essay as a Word document. If you use Google Docs, export that document as a Word document. Be sure to cite all the sources you use. Now, this exam essay is a little bit different than a more formal essay. What I mean by that is I'm only asking you to cite sources informally and not use MLA style. You do not need to use MLA style for this exam essay. What do I mean by informal citation? What I mean is once you provide information that you have found in a source, such as your textbook or a primary source, at the end of that information, you need to put parentheses and then where you got that information, such as your U.S. history textbook. You would cite it as U.S. history text and then the section number of where you found that information. Now, when you cite information, you cite information that did not come from your own brain. So if you found it in a lecture or in a textbook or in a primary source, then you need to cite that source. When in doubt, cite the source. You do not need to include a works cited page for this exam. All right, for this exam, you're going to choose from one of the following essay questions. Only write a response to one essay question. Do not write a response for all essay questions. In other words, don't provide a little bit of information for each question. You only need to write on one essay question because only one answer to one essay question will count towards your grade. I've seen this problem before, and so make sure that you only answer one essay question. Your essay questions are the following. Describe Reconstruction, including its outcome. By outcome, I mean why did Reconstruction fail? Be sure to include the different groups' viewpoints and plans of Reconstruction. Number 2, explain American imperialism at the turn of the 19th century. In your answer, describe the United States movement to imperialism, including America's foreign policy and domestic growth throughout much of the 19th century. Be sure to explain Americans' views of imperialism during that time period. Also describe any historical events that exemplify American imperialism at the turn of the 19th century. And then your last question is describe World War I. Be sure to include causes, social, economic, and political effects, mobilization, warfare, and life on the home front. Now keep in mind when you're answering these questions, you want to make sure that you look at material from different themes. Most of the material will come from the main theme. For example, Reconstruction, you're going to find all the material you need under the Reconstruction module that you've already completed. But for others, like for example World War I, you may need to move on to the next module, such as the effects of World War I will not generally be seen until the 1920s or until after World War I. So you want to make sure that you're looking in just one, more than just one module for questions such as number 3 here. All right, so that is all of your instructions. If you have any questions about your exam, please let me know. If you have any questions about anything that is asked of you in this prompt, please let me know, even if it's just to clarify a particular theme such as Reconstruction, or if there's something you didn't understand in the lecture, please let me know. That's always the case. If there's something that you don't understand in the lecture or you have a question about, please let me know. I can't help you if you don't reach out. All right, that concludes your instructions. Take care.